Action! Hi, I'm Shalyn, and I'm in love with Christina Aguilera. I'm so excited to finally make this video and start this series because, yes, I get to talk about how much I love these people and how can that not fill someone with happiness. What we're gonna do right here is go back, way back to 6th grade. That's when everyone started having boyfriends and dating, kissing on the playground, and so concerned about their boyfriend and getting heartbroken, and you know, I didn't want to bother with any of that. I didn't get it. I was too busy being obsessed with Christina Aguilera. That's who we're gonna talk about. It's the first person I'm gonna talk about is Christina Aguilera. I love saying her name. I remember being in Florida with my family and asking my cousin, who's your idol? And she was like, what? And I was like, your idol, like who is your idol? She's like, I don't have an idol. And I'm like, how do you not have an idol? Let's talk about how this happened. It was summer 2006 and I was 11. That was the summer before I started 6th grade. A very crucial year. This was all a very crucial time in my life. It's that point in your life where, you know, I was going through puberty and it wasn't pretty. You know, it was just a hard time in my life where I didn't really understand, you know, you don't know how to deal with like your body changing and just everything changing, and no longer being a kid, and I was no longer, you know, those were some ugly years for me. A hard time for me, but not really. I didn't have any real problems, but you know, I was just kind of trying to find my way and trying to figure myself out. I was becoming a person. I mean, you're no longer a kid, but you know, you're not a teenager, and you're just kind of like at this in-between point in your life where you're just trying to figure yourself out. I used to watch a lot of MTV, and Christina Aguilera was promoting her new album at the time, Back to Basics, and I just fell in love with her. It wasn't like I didn't know who she was, or I had never, you know, listened to her music before. You know, like she'd always, like, as far as pretty much as long as I had been alive, been, you know, a part of my life in a very small way. Genie in a Bottle, and then Fighter, and I used to listen to those songs when I was little, when I was younger. I remember a friend and her sister would get in a fight. I would play Fighter, and this was like, this predates Christina Aguilera actually being part of my life. But it was like this, for some reason, Back to Basics just, I don't know. I think it was just the time in my life and just everything. She just, like, got me. That was the beginning of my love. And oh my god, I remember, it's like, there will never be another. There will never be anything like that time. I remember going to, one of my brother's, like, baseball games, and, it's summer, and, I brought like a sketchbook and I was like drawing a picture of Christina. Everything, my life was wholly consumed by Christina Aguilera. Like, she was my life. My every breath that I took, everything I did was Christina Aguilera. If you knew me in 6th grade, you knew how obsessed I was with Christina Aguilera. It was something that I was completely unashamed of. Everybody just knew that I was that girl that was obsessed with Christina Aguilera. This was when I learned the meaning of inspiration. Singing had always been kind of like my thing. Ever since I was like 6, I had formed this dream of becoming a singer, and then when Christina entered my life, she just filled me with so much inspiration. And I mean, I will argue to the death that Christina is hands down like the most amazing singer pretty much ever. Like, try to name someone that can sing better than Christina and perform better than her. I dare you. It was at that point where I was like, oh my gosh, like I want to be a singer. I guess up until that point, singing had been something that I liked to do, and I would do it with my friends. And I hadn't realized, I think, my passion for it. I mean, it was always my passion, but I didn't know it. I didn't realize it. I didn't know how much it meant to me until Christina showed me what it was to like be a singer, how amazing and I could be. And I was like, I want to do that. I want to do what she is doing. Like, I wanted to be her. I just aspired to be like her and be as incredible as her. That was when singing became a serious goal of mine, because I was just absolutely mad driven by passion and inspiration that Christina instilled in me. I so badly wanted to be like her, and oh my god, I wanted to meet her so badly, and she just became like such a big part of my life. I feel like since I've been out of school, since I've gotten over depression and gotten back on track, I feel like I'm back to the person that I was becoming, the person that I was meant to be and that I wanted to be, and I feel like I'm there again. And yeah, Christina gave that to me. Christina is and always will be my #1 idol forever, no matter what. No one can ever replace her. My obsession for her has definitely dissipated, but my love for her is undying. The love and inspiration and just everything that I had in 6th grade, I'm not quite ever going to regain. I've been a fan of hers since 2006, since I was 11. I'm 22. That's half my life. Christina has been like the greater half of my life, has been affected by Christina. Yeah, so I've been a fan of hers for what, 11 years? And it would be summer. So it's like kind of like my 11th faniversary. Oh my god, I used to call my 6th grade teacher like at least a year or 2 after 6th grade, and I'd be like, I've been a fan of Christina's for like 2 years now. I've been revisiting all of my like Christina stuff and reading old magazines, just trying to like regain that inspiration, and just remember and go back to that time, go back to 6th grade, because I want to revisit my past, all the good and the bad, trying to just do all of the Christina things that I can do, because yeah, and through it has been very effective. 17 from September 2006. Yeah. I did my hair similar, can you tell? There's something in here I want to read, but I don't remember. Whatever your difficult time may be, I think everyone needs someone who represents some sort of savior in their lives. Someone that can come in and reach you out of that black hole of whatever bad feeling you're going through and make you remember all the positive and beautiful things that are going on around you. And she was talking about Save Me From Myself, like how her husband at the time inspired that. But I was like, that's kind of like what she was for me, and that's what all of these people are to me. April 2007, this was actually the first time I ever heard of nylon, and I had to like find it, and I remember getting it, and I remember going out to eat with my dad and maybe my brother, to the restaurant my mom worked at and sitting there at the table reading it, because I mean, how could I wait? I was just like so excited, oh my god. And I noticed, and I freaked out right there, because I don't feel like zooming in and like messing with it. Right there is a picture of Lauren Bacall, and I was like, oh my god, Lauren Bacall's in here, and I didn't even know who she was at the time, and how did I know that like all this time later Lauren Bacall would become like my second Christina? I was like, I like to take a minute and get to know the woman that I've grown into from record to record, and for this one in particular, I wanted to research and get into that whole world. I really wanted to explore it all and just live it, not just sing the songs, but really be a part of it. And that resonates with me a lot right now, even though I'm not actually a singer yet and I don't actually have any albums or anything, but I'm working on it. And my first idea, exploring a certain era from the past. I really want to get into character. I also thought that was kind of cool that like she said like I like to take a minute to get to know the woman I've grown into from record to record, like to actually like see yourself grow as an artist and like reflect on it and like just learn about yourself. Like I just think she's such an incredible artist. The first time I actually had to debut the video, I think she's talking about Candyman, which, okay, Candyman is like one of my all-time favorite songs just because in 6th grade I was just obsessed with it. It was my favorite, and it was so inappropriate, but I loved it. Oh my god, when it debuted on MTV, I cried. I mean, like, I cried because I missed it. I was so upset. It was on TRL, the live debut of it, and I just like fell to the ground crying. I was so upset that I missed it. Oh my gosh, such a big deal. And I think I ended up watching it again, like the rerun or something, but yeah, I was devastated when I missed the world premiere. The first time I actually had to debut the video, I was looking around at all these kids thinking, my god, are they even going to get this? It was kind of crazy, but I felt it was a really special thing to be able to expose the kids to old sounds in a different way. And it's funny because like I was reading this and I'm like, oh my god, I was she's probably like saying kids, but like actually talking about like teenagers. But I was like literally a kid, and it's just so funny because it's like, yeah, like she was experimenting and really sharing something very near and dear to her that wasn't mainstream. You don't know how people are going to react, and it's just funny because it's like I fell totally in love with everything, the concept, everything. That is my goal. That is like literally what I want to do right now, is I do want to share my love of, and it's crazy because it's like I almost think Christina is the one that started my love for like vintage things in old Hollywood, and now here I am and I'm completely enamored with old Hollywood and you know, just all those past eras. And it's funny because it's just like and it takes me back to Christina and back to basics, because that's what that album was. And I feel like I've come full circle and I found myself again, because all those years in between I lost my interest in all of that inside of everything, and I feel like this is where I'm supposed to be. Everything is just right. I want to share my love of old Hollywood and everything, and especially through what I hope to accomplish with singing will be pretty much doing the same thing Christina did, and like not even realizing, oh my god, that's exactly what Christina did, and I'm just like, oh my god. And then another thing was I was reading this and I'm like, oh my god, she was only 25. I was just freaking out. That's only a couple years older than I am right now. I have this overconfidence with my sexuality because I feel empowered by it, and I love being in control of every facet of what I do. Yeah, I feel the same way. With Christina, sexuality and feeling empowered by her sexuality as a woman is always something that she like has drilled into me since I was 11. Christina kind of awakened like the woman in me. I mean, I was 12. I was 11 and 12, so if I say 11, I'll say 12. I definitely think she kind of awakened my sexuality and just my sexuality as a woman, and just feeling empowered as a woman. Everything that she stands for and that she believes in goes the same for me. Like, I feel the same way. And it probably is a lot because of her. I think she kind of instilled my beliefs. I think she's a major reason why I am the way I am, you know, why I'm a feminist. She's definitely a feminist. She's definitely a supporter of gay rights. She believes that voting is important, especially when you're young, that you should get out and vote as soon as you can. A major thing with Christina would be gay rights. And when I was in 6th grade, sometimes people would make fun of me because I was so obsessed with Christina. And I remember being in the lunch line, and this kid, I won't say his name, but it was a boy. And, you know, I don't know how it came up. Christina, you know, mentioned her, you know, I was like, oh my god, Christina. And he was like, yeah, didn't she make out with Madonna? And I'm like, yeah, so? And he's like, yeah, Christina Aguilera, or like, and then like someone else called her Christina Aguilera. And I was like so offended, and just like, just because she kissed a girl. If you insulted Christina, or you were personally offending me. I was personally offended. Don't talk badly about my Christina. She made me just feel empowered as a girl, and just made me kind of realize that, you know, I could be sexy. I mean, I know I was 12, but, you know, like, yeah, she just definitely, that's, I mean, now that I'm older, it's just something that I always look back on. You know, everything that she has taught me, I think, just becomes even more and more important as I get older, because I was so young, and a lot of it was kind of like irrelevant to me at the time, but it was still like, yeah, everything she says is right. And now it's like, it really is. Out of everyone, Christina is, even though she's kind of like the farthest away, because she's not in like my main focus, because I have other people that are currently inspiring me, that I'm currently in love with, but that doesn't minimize the importance of Christina whatsoever. She just has, like, she's just like on a pedestal, like no one's knocking her down. Because it's been so long, because she came into my life and has been since I was a kid, looking back at stuff, while it's still relevant, it also has a sense of nostalgia, which I think just makes it even more powerful. It's just like, oh my god, like, I used to listen to these songs. Like, I would only listen exclusively to Christina. I could not listen to anything else. I was like, how could I listen to anyone else? Like, compared to like her vocally, I was just like, I can't listen to anyone else. She was just like 100% my life. In 6th grade, we had these poetry books. I wrote a poem about her, and it was my admire poem, and I wanted to like somehow give it to her. Like, I was like gonna like fan mail it to her or something, but I never did. I'm gonna share it, and maybe somehow she'll like hear it. So this is my poem, so I'm going to read it, and this was 12-year-old me confessing my love for Christina. Christina Aguilera, my true inspiration, an idol like no other, with no fears to be who she truly is and hold strong for what she believes in. She's made such an impact upon my life. Without her, I would be lost and still searching for who I am. She's everything and more, with an incredible gift. I aspire to someday be as successful as her. She is my true hero. It doesn't really sound like a poem, but it was. But yeah, that was my feelings about her in 6th grade. I know exactly what I want. I wanted to be a singer more than anything. And then, so that's at 12. Then I'm 17, 18, I'm a senior, I'm going to graduate, I'm supposed to figure out what I'm going to do with the rest of my life, and I have no clue. Like, I had absolutely no idea what I wanted to do. I had spent all of my years in high school depressed, lost myself completely, consumed by things that didn't really matter, and just I didn't know what I wanted to do. Typically, people were doing their grad projects about, you know, like the field they were going into, but you know, I hadn't a clue. So I didn't know what to do my grad project on, and I'm a procrastinator, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do, I don't want to do this. I was like, aha, I will do my graduation project on no other than Christina Aguilera. I was just like, okay, I just need to talk about Christina. Like, if there is any topic I can fill time with, it's Christina. So I was like, I got this. That's what I did my graduation project on, because I just didn't know what I wanted to be. And I was like, well, what do I want to be when I grow up? Christina Aguilera. But it's funny because it's like, there was this, I mean, Christina Aguilera is a singer, and it was like, kind of like singing. That's kind of what it was like. I didn't realize that I probably should have wanted to write my paper about. It wasn't until months after that I graduated that I was re-enlightened by another lovely lady, that it was like, duh, I want to be a singer. So it's just kind of funny that like that's what I wrote my grad paper on. I'm just gonna read a couple things from it. Again, sexuality. Sexuality will always be a part of the way I express myself artistically. I don't think a woman should be afraid of her sexuality. It's not a bad thing for a woman to feel confident and show her body in a way that's right for her. And then I said, this woman is such a powerful role model. She accepts her past as what she cannot change and takes the negative energy and turns it into positive. And I was just watching, I have her Back to Basics tour, Live and Down Under DVD. She always stresses how, because she came from kind of a dark past, and she's definitely been through some hard times, and she's never let it break her down. She's definitely taken it and turned it into something positive, and she's like, you know, I don't know if I hadn't been through everything I had been through, if I would be who I am, and if I'd be able to even do what I'm doing, or at least not with like the passion that I have. And it's just a positive way of like anything bad in your life, even like, you know, she even says, you know, we've all got our own whatever, and like my personal depression and everything that I went through, I definitely feel like I don't regret it. Christina doesn't regret anything. I wouldn't change a single thing about my past or anything I've done. For her to come from such a negative atmosphere and have such strength and still be as motivated as she was says something incredible about Christina Aguilera. She sounds better in person than she does on a record. Yeah. I was like listening to her in, I'm doing that because it's like on right there. I have it paused. It's just like amazing. Like, I remember I was so excited because when I was 12, I got my first concert where I wasn't a fetus, was Christina, in Pittsburgh, which is cool because like that's where she was from, and her mom was actually there. It was during her Back to Basics tour. My mom and I got like, oh my god, it makes me so excited just thinking back. Like, I had gotten tickets for my birthday, and that was like the big thing, and I was so excited. So I was like, she's gonna be amazing, because, you know, it was all this hype about how Christina was just like so much more amazing, like one of those rare talents that's actually better live than on a record. She is like, I watch her and I'm just like, I take in so much. I'm like, that is how I need to be. Like, that's what I want to do. And unfortunately, I do not believe Christina has been on tour since then. So I have not seen her, but I'm waiting. Christina, I want to see you. If you ever get an opportunity to see her, go. And it was almost like I didn't feel like it was real. Like, I think it's weird because I think maybe I expected more. And it was just kind of like, it never really hit me. You know, I thought I would just be overcome with emotion, like, oh my god, I'm seeing the woman I'm in love with that inspires me so. And just, I mean, yeah, she was amazing. She was absolutely amazing, and she was so small. She was just so small. She was so far away. I wanted to see her again immediately after feminism, girl power. So let's talk about Jessica Simpson. Jessica Simpson described Christina's voice and her artistry as a personal motivator. I feel the same way. And Christina's response, I guess, to like, you know, Jessica was, I was touched because that's so rare in this business, which stirs competitive nature and cattiness in women. Hats off to Jessica. It's a beautiful quality to be a woman in support of other women. The world needs more of that. I couldn't agree more. That is something I am so, like, women, supporting women, and appreciating other women and just admiring other women. And it's important to recognize your own self-destructive behavior and be honest about it. If you're only hurting yourself, you're only hurting yourself or losing out on your own truth and happiness. After a while, that behavior got old for me, but everybody has to go through it in order to rise above it. It's about recognizing it and doing something about it. And that was very relevant to me at the time because I was going through such a hard time and being very self-destructive, but I hadn't quite gotten past it, but it was like a quote that I was able to relate to. Part of something she said, I want to be the very best person I can possibly be, and that is something like that I say to myself, like, I just want to be the best person that I can possibly be. And I said, it's so uplifting and such a positive message that she is so strong about everything she has done, and she never breaks no matter how hard things get for her. She just doesn't regret anything. Like, even, you know, she's said about her dirty phase when she did Stripped. A lot of people were like totally turned off to that, but she doesn't regret it. And she says, being the best version of the woman I can be. Yeah. Don't let anyone talk you out of being you. If a person is too busy trying to fit the likes of everyone else, they lose themselves and miss out on their own happiness. That was also me. The rest is me. No matter where someone comes from and no matter how hard they might have it, with the right attitude, determination, and self-motivation, dreams can be achieved and goals can be reached. She has done so much to benefit society and make sure her voice is heard, whether she is singing or speaking up for the rights of people in the world. And that is all I want, is just to share my voice. Whether I'm singing or talking about something that I'm passionate about, I would rather be, you know, oh, girls are supposed to be seen and not heard. Yeah, but that's not what Christina stands for. Women have a voice and we need to share them. I remember when I was 12 and she performed at the Grammys, the 2007 Grammys. She did It's a Man's World, James Brown tribute. I remember sitting, I recorded it on a tape, which I still have. That performance moved me. Like, I was just blown away at the notes she hit. The performance was just phenomenal. I strive to be as good as Christina. I know I'm not there yet. I hope one day to be even half as amazing as her. And I also hope that one day maybe I can be someone's Christina, and one day some 12-year-old girl will be obsessed with me, 25-year-old me. Maybe if I get there in time. It's 3 years away. I want to be that role model that Christina was for me. Especially like when I watch her perform when she was younger, it's like she just had so much like stage presence and just so much talent and just so amazing. I'm just like, I need that. Watching her, like, from her Back to Basics tour, of course, is super nostalgic for me. The entire time I've been watching it, I have just like been grinning from ear to ear, just like so filled with so much love. I'll get hit with these emotions and I'll just like start tearing up, and I'm just like, this is why I want to be a singer. Like, watching her perform as, like, that is what I want to do. That's a singer. That is a performer. That's why I sing. That is why I want to be a singer, is because of her and because of watching her and just, you know, all of that, all of the emotions she filled me with as a kid. just like come flooding back, and she will never not be important to me. When I was 12 or 11, in 6th grade, you know, obsessed with Christina Aguilera, I bought Stripped. I do believe it was something that I bought like by myself, like with my own money. I went to Walmart and I bought Stripped, and I was so excited. And of course this is like after the fact, you know, it's been out. And I'll never forget, when I bought it, the lady that was checking me out just gave me the dirtiest look. Like, she was just appalled that I was buying this garbage. And I was just like, I was unwavering in my love for her. You know, I stood by everything I still stand by everything she does. I was just disgusted that she was disgusted. I'm like, yeah, way to leave that in my memory. Then I found out, you know, then she was doing The Voice, and I was in high school when she started doing that, and I guess it just didn't occur to me. I didn't watch it. I wasn't even like, they were like, oh my god, have you seen Christina Aguilera on The Voice? And I was like, what? At that point I kind of wasn't like obsessed with her. It wasn't until after I graduated I was like, oh my god, I can audition for The Voice and be on Christina Aguilera's team. Oh my god. And I auditioned 4 times and I never made it. Only one of the 4 times I auditioned Christina was even on, and that was the only reason I ever even wanted to audition for the show in the first place, was of course because of Christina. But yeah, I never got that chance, and I don't think she's gonna be on the show anymore. I don't know, it just seems like she's not. At least maybe not for a while, but oh well. I'll get to her another way. I love Christina Aguilera. I love her. It's funny to like be sitting here saying that and like, I don't know, because it's like, oh my god, this was like, nothing has changed in 11 years. She still means so much to me. It's kind of like, you know, I can, like an old friend, you know, she can be absent somewhat from my life, but no matter what, you know, when I listen to her, when I watch her, my feelings for her don't change. She's just, yeah, amazing. I used to always say that. I was like, oh my gosh, she's amazing. Like, that was like my word, was Christina Aguilera is amazing. I absolutely love Christina Aguilera. I will forever be a fan of hers. I will forever be her fanulera. I will always stand by everything she does. I hope she never ever changes and always remains the humble, wonderful, amazing woman that she is, and hopefully one day I get to meet her. Singing with her would be a dream. Christina is my favorite singer. She is my #1 inspiration. And you know, like her favorite singer was Etta James, and she got to sing with her, and like, that's cool. Like, and it's just like, my favorite singer means more to me than like anything in the world. Singers, because I have another one. I love you, Christina, so much. You have inspired me more than anyone, and you have made me, you have influenced who I am more than anyone, and will forever be my #1. When I was 12, and I was in love with her, and I think I was actually in love with her. My cousin, which I actually have a recording, like an audio recording, she asked me if I would marry her. And I only said no because she was already married. I was like, no, she's already married. But I know, if I had the opportunity, I absolutely would have married her. I think I can remember thinking about that. Like, I'm only 12, but would she marry me? I just thought she was so beautiful, that she was like the most beautiful woman in the world, and I wanted to look like her. Like, I wanted to dye my hair blonde so badly. My mom wouldn't let me. I got blonde highlights, but that was it. I remember I got blue contacts. She influenced like everything, from the way I dressed, everything. And I seriously think I'm a better singer because of her, because all of these years I've listened to her and she's had that influence on my voice. She's just so much a part of me that unknowingly things that I do and just so many aspects of myself and my life have been affected by her. When you're a kid, that's like a really prime time to like have influences, and I'm just so happy she came into my life when she did and has been in my life ever since. I'm so grateful for her and everything she's done for me. I think since I'm about to start crying if I try to say any more, that I'm probably done. So thank you for watching. If you're Christina Aguilera, I love you. And I've loved you for 11 strong years. Since I was 11, you've made me the person I am today. Stay tuned to hear me gush over the rest of the ladies I love and probably cry more over every single one of them. Have a beautiful day, because you're beautiful. And every single one, no matter what they say. If you're ever feeling down, you should listen to that song. I love you. Bye. No matter what.